Welcome back to the Modern Insurance Agents Podcast. Today's guest is doing it all, building a successful life insurance agency, running a leads company, and now disrupting the industry with a verification platform that's modernizing trust and authority. Welcome to the Modern Insurance Agent Podcast.
We're your hosts, David and Al Denning.
What happens when a millennial couple dives headfirst into the insurance world, scales $1 million remote business, and decides to share the journey with the world?
You get the Modern Insurance Agent.
Here, we reveal the messy, magical, and sometimes hilarious realities of building a business and a life you love.
From traveling the globe to building remote teams. Yes, even working remotely on top of a mountain in the Philippines. We're sharing insights, strategies, and plenty of laughs to help agents and entrepreneurs succeed.
Because, let's face it, success isn't just about hitting numbers.
It's about designing a life that works for you.
So let's dive in and build something extraordinary together. So JaVaughn Spencer is the founder of Agent Verified, along with his amazing partner, Betsy. And it's a tool that helps life insurance agents stand out, build credibility, and close more business, all while making it easier for clients to know who they can trust, especially in today's world, right? But first, agents, before we hop into everything, you can get the resources, the show notes, all the goodies and everything we put together for you by just going to jumpstartgonow.com/podcast. We'll have everything for the episode for you there. Go check it out. Go dive in. Without further ado, though, let's get into it. Welcome to the show, JaVaughn. I'd love to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, what's going on, Dave? Man, grateful to be here.
Glad to have you, man. Like, I'm very, very excited about this. I know you've accomplished a lot in the industry. I know you're really excited about what you're putting in place right now and the impact it's going to make. We've talked about it a good bit, so I know we'll dive into that, a few other things. So everybody listening, stay tuned as we'll talk about some of the modern shifts for the modern insurance agent and what they should be paying attention to right now. But let's dive in a little bit on your background, man. You've been at this game like you were just telling me. I'm not new. I've been here.
I'm not new, man. Yeah, it feels like yesterday, though, man. Came in October 2017. Before that, was in the car business. Decided, had a brilliant idea to open up my own motorcycle dealership. And I don't ride motorcycles, Dave, so it was just literally the pioneer in me. I saw that the city didn't have a motorcycle dealerships right next to 3 military bases, and said, "Hey, let's do this." And ended up messing up my floor plan and filing bankruptcy for like $1.3 million with the floor plan. And over that weekend, I watched Real Estate Millionaire, and I thought that everybody made $30,000 a house sale like Frederick did, and went into real estate that next weekend, and was really successful in real estate, rookie of the year, and didn't make $100,000. And while sitting there waiting for 2 to 3 houses to close, I saw an ad that says make $4,000 a month part-time selling mortgage protection. And this was in 2017 when we were face-to-face, kneecap to kneecap, door knocking, calling mailers and calling leads and door knocking and going 3 hours for hotel stays and staying overnight and building a team and thinking that that was the life. And then COVID happened and said, go back home. So yes, that's been my journey. And my wife and I earned our agency, and thought that once we became agency owners that the bills would stop and the money would just come like right there. You own it now, no more problems, right? It just happens, and furthest from the truth. So just been at it and helping protect families, and looking at different niches, and along the way really got some sound advice by one of our mutual friends, Mr. Ryan Federico. He said, rule number 1 is stay in business. So everything that you're going to learn that we created, it was from the fear of running out of business, right? Everyone's like, oh man, the entrepreneur in you went and created these things with Betsy. Like, no, we made a pact early on that we're going to do whatever it takes to stay in business. And when you have that flag planted, if we got to make it, we're going to make it, right? If we got to create it, we're going to create it. And we just have a sharing heart. So we share with others once we figure out how it works and figure out how we can make it attractive and for the agent's point of view to be affordable. So I always like to clarify that like we're in the insurance industry. We just create the tools to help our agents be more successful faster. And then we share it with the rest of the industry. And everyone's like, you're a genius. Like, no, we just refuse to quit. We refuse to give up. And we understand that things change quick. And we kind of just pay attention to all the other industries around us and wonder, like, why don't we have this? Who has it for us, Dave? If Dave and Ella didn't make, we got it. Okay, I guess that's the Lord's way of saying we got to make it. So here we are.
I love that. I mean, the insurance industry is the platform. It's the industry that you're operating in. But as an entrepreneur, is solving problems, creating solutions, right? And usually that's we create them internally, and then cool, this works. We should show other people how to do this too. And I love that you've done that to both first solve things for yourself and where you saw gaps, and then like cool, a lot of other people need this as well. So that's incredible. And like you talked about that journey, I think a lot of people can relate coming from even maybe similar industries like car sales and real estate, to insurance. And pre COVID, like you said, a lot were running field, and a lot of things have shifted and changed and very quickly over the years. I think we both saw the same post of a buddy yesterday out in the field, and we're
Oh,
reminded that the
oh
field
man.
is rough.
Yeah,
If you do final expense long enough, you'll have a gun
yeah,
pulled on you at some point, right?
yeah, absolutely. Or you pull up into a neighborhood and say, "I'm not getting out here.
No.
God bless them, and I pray that whoever gets this as a bonus lead, come take care of them." So,
And and I love people and everything there as well, but also we look at how can we help people the most, what's the most efficient, in person. It's great, but this wild and crazy world that's changing faster and faster, technology coming into play more and more, and also leading into who do I trust, who do I work with, especially for consumers. And we'll get into that, as that's a key thing that you've been able to solve and help agents solve. But yeah, it's a crazy world. And that's why we're talking about the modern insurance agent. What's changing, what's going on, is as we all know, this is a very young industry. It hasn't been around at all, not set in its old ways at all.
right?
Uh,
Yeah, just
that's
brand
my
new.
best joke. That's my best joke I got, right? So, anyways, so yeah, so that's kind of what sparked the journey. And what was the moment? Obviously, we could talk about the agency, we can talk about the lead solutions and stuff, but I think one of the most exciting things we want to dive in is the agent verified side. So, what was the moment when you realized this industry needs this? Like, this is important. This is a problem. Like, I think there needs to be a solution like this for this
I,
industry.
I honestly remember it. I was helping an agent, and I I can't. There's a time when a veteran agent has walks into with just you're confident, right? And I look at on the phone, you're overcoming that in those few seconds that I am who you're talking to, or I have the solution. But a new agent doesn't have that tone yet, right? And I remember I was helping an agent, and she just was like, I don't sound like you. I haven't been at this that long. And I was like, it doesn't matter, does it? Like, yeah, like you sound like you are. I said, I just got the lead. I'm calling the lead with you. And that's when I realized I have the tone, I have the posture, but when until you build that up, I need to go back to what I used to do in the car business. And on my desk in the car business, I had what you call the evidence manual. So I would take pictures of everyone I sold a car to. So while you're waiting at the dealership, you'll be sitting at my desk and you're literally watching me have a digital photo album, and you're literally waiting for me or watching me, and the only thing you can do is go see all the people I scrolled by that I sold cars to, and I can see my sales shoot through the roof without me saying I'm good, me doing everything I'm doing, but you would just see the evidence on the table, right? And I figured out, why don't we have this, and how can I bring this into the industry to give the new agent confidence, and even if they're new, they can get character witnesses to show that David's a good person. David took care of me. David has a kind heart. These are evidence manual items that's right there that the consumer just want to know who you are. Do you have a character? You have a like who are you? Right? And when we did that, and now when we run the appointments before we get started, before I even say anything, my first thing is, hey Dave, I need to identify myself. Why? Because I'm sick of running appointments and getting to the end and they say, well, how do I know you're really who you say you are? Right? If you heard that, or why should I give you my banking info or my social? These are key words, key deal killers that agents hear all the time, and they just call the client stupid, but really they don't trust you. And it's a hard thing for a licensed agent to really feel like, man, they didn't trust me. What did I say, or how did I sound? Was I too eager? Did I not? Well, you might have not given them enough information to trust you, right? And once we put that into place into our sales process, for me, myself and Betsy, we try everything for at least 6 months before we share with our agents, right? Because they're going to tell me every way it doesn't work, and I have to have proof that it does work and have the results, and then we roll it out to the others. So once we did that, it was like, wow, I'm not getting hung up on banking info. I'm not getting hung up on the first moment that I say, hey, my name is. I'm lowering their guard because I'm walking in. I know you want to know who I am, right? The scammers don't identify themselves, then send you their card and send you their website and then identify their national. Like I do that before you even ask for it because I want you to know you are talking to the right person. You have the right person that's going to help you. And I'm going to also let you go take a scroll through all the reviews that I've gotten from my previous clients that I've helped. Okay. And I want you to read that while we're getting started. And when we get to the end and I help you, David, can you promise that you'll give me a review with some big adjectives to make me look good? And everyone smiles and says, of course, if you do a good job. And I'm already assuming the sale. Subconsciously, I'm assuming, hey, when I finish taking care of you, do you promise to give me a review as well that I can put on my agent verified page so that everyone can know I took care of you as well? And something so small, Dave, shot us through the roof as far as, those early on issues that new agents have with being credible and running appointments.
That's fantastic. And I love how you took it from another industry, what you utilize and the pain point you solve there to bring it to the insurance industry, which in general I find is like 10 to 15 years behind most industries. And so it's also like a cheat code to look at solutions everywhere and be like,
Yep.
oh, cool, I'm just 10 years ahead of where this is. And it's like you're a genius of like, but in the cars industry, for example, like trust has always been a challenging factor of like,
Yep.
are they just going to try to sell me right here? What are they going to do? I don't know. Even if you have the best of intentions. And that's where, yeah, let me build this trust during this. And now insurance industry side, especially with the rise of some of the tech and AI and the things we'll talk about, that's now becoming, who do I trust? How do I
Yep.
decide to trust them? How do I do business with them? And I love taking that and adapting it to a modern way. Like that's really amazing what you had back then. And now doing this on an online version that the agent can use is so cool. So I love that adaptation on that. And I want to make sure everybody caught on this that JaVaughn, he's selling. He's selling
Absolutely.
policies. He's helping his own agents put these things in place. These are resources he's using every day with himself and his agents and putting this in place. This is not a theory or a concept. This is, hey, we're utilizing this, and now we want to share this with others and show them how they can use this to grow their businesses as well as impact more others through insurance. So I love that, not just like, hey, let me just sell myself or let me just, keep some things for my agents. Like, hey, I want to make an impact even more in the industry and make that change, right? So I love you taking the initiative on something so innovative and so really cool on that space. So for those who haven't seen it, maybe this first time checking it out or like hearing about Agent Verified or even JaVaughn, although I mean you're pretty amazing. Hopefully they've heard of you before, right? Like
No.
just Googled you and a million things came up. So but what exactly is Agent Verified and how does it help agents if you're going to break it down?
Oh man, so many. But Agent Verified is the first verified credibility platform for life insurance professionals. also moving into Medicare professionals as well as retirement specialist professionals as well. So, in a nutshell, it's the one place where consumers can come and check if you're verified, or you can send consumers to your page to also double check. We must, in order to be on platform, you must do a facial recognition. You have to submit your license, have your ID, have to pass the facial recognition as well. And then you're granted access to the platform. Additional add-on tools where you can get reviews for your clients. You can get reviews. That's huge. Put all your social media in one place, your calendar links on one place. It's that one place that you can send a client that's represents you in the life insurance space. And the more you brag about yourself on that page, the more we see their intention of speaking with you just goes through the roof.
The facial recognition side, like what exactly does that entail? Because I feel like my face normally breaks cameras, so I'm like, still rocking and rolling right here. But obviously, other than identifying it's you, what
Yeah.
is there any sort of like is checking background or qualifications or anything?
Yeah, so we use the same tech that you need to verify that you're with Visa to be able to get Visa or Trustpilot. So we're using that same technology, and it's just to match up on their databases that like the OFAC and you're not a terrorist and things of that nature.
So have you ever had agents be like, "Oh, I want to try and get verified," and then it pull up some things like, "Yeah, you can't be verified."
We'll never know because they won't make it through verification. If they don't
Exactly.
make it through the facial recognition, they'll never make it through. So
Meaning, yes, they like if they have history or other things that have popped up too, like, hey, we're not putting this as a trusted person on this platform with some of these background areas, right? So
correct.
keeping the reputation of the platform and what you're putting in place, it's not a here, let me pay some money and I'm verified and people can trust me now, right?
No, you got to get through verification, big time. So no, it's no slot to pay extra to overcome that.
Yeah, no, which is great, and that's exactly what a platform that's going to have the effect that you want here needs to have, that trust, needs to have the compliance and everything there. So, because at the end of the day, consumers, there's a lot of things, and they just need to be like, who can I trust to help solve these problems? And agents, I feel like that's one of the biggest challenges to overcome. Well, other than sometimes getting people to answer the phone, but the second biggest challenge
Yeah, right.
is like is who are you? Is this a scam? How do I
Yep.
trust you? I can only hear your voice, which some of us have good voices, some of us, that works against us. But at the end of the day, like, okay, how do I make this bridge of trust? Because it is going to come down later on, like you said, to bank account, social security numbers, health issues, prescriptions, all this stuff that it takes trust for them to give you those things. And we've both seen agents get deep into conversations with people and get to the end and be like, nope. And it all
Cool.
came back from the beginning because they never built the trust, right? So
Yep.
I love
You
it.
could build
So
rapport I think we're so conditioned to build rapport, but we never conditioned to build trust, right? Our mentors tell us build rapport, talk about the weather, and at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. If you don't build trust and have credibility, they're not going to complete the transaction. So
mm-hmm. It's like I can like you, but listen, I'm not giving you
yeah,
my bank account number.
there
Like,
you go.
like I got friends, but they don't got my social and my bank account.
Exactly.
Like, I don't
Exactly.
know what they're gonna go spend it on, right? So yeah, what kind of results have you seen as far as the platform and agent usage and some of the feedback? Seems like it's been really well received.
Yeah. Well, it got even more received when we started combining it with a lot of our lead solutions. So then we were like started doing really cool things like giving free leads if you were to get reviews, right? So that started helping really, really well. But the one thing that I must say that it started helping with are with people who don't get leads. So this is on the organic side when people would do policy reviews, because I've been in the industry for over 8 years and never got reviews. So it's real nice to do a policy review, tell a client they check up on you, you're checking up on them, and then ask them after you've taken care of them from years and years ago to write a review. How have I kept up with you, right? And it makes it to where it's easy to make that call to upgrade policies, right? So now you're like, hey, Dave, can I speak to you to about your policy, make sure everything is still good, the beneficiaries. And I'm now agent verified, a new platform that just came out. And I've been your agent for years. Do you mind writing me a review while I check over your policy and see if there's anything new that came out that I can save you some money or better enhance your coverage? And now you're getting reviews, and now you're on the site with 30, 40, 50 reviews on the site. And now you probably converted or had a reason to call some of your clients. So agents started to really, really like it on the organic side because now it gave them that reason to call their previous clients to do policy reviews that we know we should do anyway, but it's just so awkward to say, hey, I might have not been good back then, but let me take a look at it better now, and I can save you some more money. So that's one angle that's been really, really good, as well as sending the link out on the organic side with when it came to referrals, right? Instead of having your auntie, cousin, brother say, here's my insurance guy, and here's his number, send them to your link so that they can see your video, because we have a agent story that they can see your video and they can kind of know your why up front. That's a huge thing when they can hear your why up front. So we included that on the agent verified page as well, so you can share your story up front. And then you have a spot where you can put leads in, and then you can get a lead, and it's no charge for you. It's just your organic marketing. So just those kind of combinations. So it's real fun, Dave. I sit there and I'm strolling on Facebook and I'll see someone post their agent verified link, and I'm like, dang, like this started as a idea in church on the back of the tithe card, and now it's like it's really active. People are really sharing their agent verified sites and getting traffic and getting reviews, and screenshot, and the reviews is awesome, and it's like starting to pick up.
And that's really awesome on the policy reviews and checking back. I mean, how many life agents like sold a policy, they're never going to hear from me again, right? And then they want
Right.
their attention. That's terrible, right? But with that, it seems like a very easy and organic way too of them learning of the other areas you help in, or what else you
Yeah.
can help with as you're exposing this. As far as we're doing policy reviews, like, oh, I didn't know you also did Medicare. I didn't know you also did health. I didn't know that you could also help with annuities. And yeah, since we're doing this policy review, can we talk about that too? Well,
Yeah.
yes, we can, Miss Betsy. Like, yeah, we can absolutely put that in place, right? And talk about it. So I love the just natural, not only the trust side, but how this can lead into other conversations that honestly a lot of agents struggle with, like bringing up other ways of helping clients and having these discussions too. Well, I mean, first they also struggle with just calling their clients ever again and doing policy reviews. So that's good as a part of that. That could maybe even be a statistic, like how often they do policy reviews. I love that. So as far as it's like you said, it's already taken off. You're already seeing people, post, taking screenshots of the people using it and posting on social and stuff there. What's your vision for it over the next year or two? Like, what do you see this kind of evolving as, or adding into it, or things that you're excited about with it?
Yeah. So we're super excited to align agent verified right after licensing. So we're in conversations with different licensing companies to, once agents get licensed, they can get verified. So they're walking into the industry on a platform that gives them just that extra boost right then and there. Instead of waiting to get the phone hung up on them because they're nervous, they're walking in with confidence that they already took a extra few steps to get some evidence of their character before they even start speaking to clients. Our overall goal, mine is, and Betsy's, 1 million agents on platform. Betsy's vision that she has dreamed about is seeing it in the middle of Times Square on a billboard, I think, or the logo somewhere. That was her vision, but our goal is enough enough agents on platform so that we can happily put it on radio. Choose your agent, choose a trusted agent on agentverified.com, and then the consumers can come in and scroll through and pick you in their state and watch your read your endorsements, like having them come in like a Angie's List or a Better Business Bureau, to be able to select agents. Because think about it, outside of the big arms, there's no place that a professional agent or a broker can go and get found. That's why we rely on leads. That's why we rely on all that. Well, it's no place, no single place where agents can just be like, where can you find me? Right. And again, if I'm independent, now you have the state farms and you have the big houses that have this under their umbrella, but as an independent broker, that's, in different companies, where can I be found? And that's now going to be agent verified. They can go and choose their state and find an agent that's licensed in their state.
So additional consumer recognition and driving traffic through that. And you're right, there isn't something like Angie's List or TaskRabbit or these other things where people know they can go find solutions there of where do I hop online and just go find top insurance agents and solutions and stuff, rather than ending up at any particular company or even like captive. They only offer one like carrier. How do I go to a platform where I can find the evaluation ratings, all that kind of stuff? So I love that, because you're right, the industry is missing that, right? And once again, agents, I'm sure, are big fans. Is I'd rather do that than leads. I love them to come to me, and just my reputation carry the weight
Yep.
and the trust behind it, which is awesome there. And then you mentioned what was the first thing you mentioned before going into the consumer recognition?
Million agents on platform.
Million agents on the platform, and their usage of it and growth on it, and the trust factor with licensing, because that was what I
Yes.
wanted to come back to, is getting integrated as agents get licensed. So I've got a license number. I'm licensed with my state. I'm a licensed insurance agent. And agents are like, well, I guess I can give this random number to people and say, when's my
Right.
license? And what
What
does
did I
that
do with
mean
that?
to a consumer? Like, everybody's like, well, they can go on the DOI and they can look me up
Yeah.
and see me. It's like nobody knows how to do that.
Nobody
So I
knows.
think agents think that carries more weight than it does.
It
And it's
does
like, you
not.
could write a random series of numbers down. I don't know, right? Especially if I'm working a senior audience, like final expenses stuff,
Yep.
they're not going to go hop on their computer and type this up. Now, if I give them a site like an Angie's List credit, or where they can go see the agent, all the reviews, agent verified, or ever, they will look at that and they can see pictures, they can see reviews, they can see real people, and versus a random string of numbers, right? And so that I wanted to highlight that, because that's the reality. That's the reality with agents right now. It's like, oh, I'm trusted now. I have these digits, and it's like, I don't think that's doing what you think it's gonna do,
At
right?
all. At all,
So
Dave. It's hilarious, but I was like that for so long. Like, this badge is gonna prove that I should be in your home with, eating your food because you sent this lead in and I got this badge. And it's like, it doesn't sometimes.
yeah, I can make a badge. I'm with the FBI, but at the end of the day, I don't know if they're gonna believe me, and FBI will come knocking on my door, right? So
Right?
no, like I love that, because social proof and others saying how great you are and people being able to see that on somewhere public, that carries weight today. That's how people mostly go
Yep.
research whatever it is.
It's,
Amazon, I'm
it's
looking through the reviews, right? Like,
Amazon. I'm looking through reviews, man.
yeah, and it's even those reviews haven't saved me a few times on Amazon, but that's just because I was buying weird products, right? So nothing that's regulated like life insurance, right? So and speaking of social media, yeah, let's shift a little bit. Like, you've got a YouTube presence, content automation. You're starting to talk about these things, but also just leverage like ways that things are shifting the industry, like AI and branding and all these things. So how
Yeah.
do you think these areas are evolving over the next year or two, and the impact that will have on agents?
Well, Davis, one thing I forgot to mention that happened completely organic. I never forget my buddy Chad. Chad is my chat GPT. I call him Chad. My wife has Charlotte, and I have Chad. And
Mhm.
I started chatting with Chad, and I just randomly just asked, like, is JaVaughn Spencer a verified life insurance agent? And it picked it up, Dave. Chat GPT picked up my agent verified page and told me I was verified. And then I searched an agent that was not verified and asked Chat GPT if this person was verified. and it did not find that it was verified. So when you asked me about automations and where we're going, and that was purely organic, right? And because our agent verified is starting to rank higher and higher, to where within 14 days we're seeing it on the first page of Google when you type in that agent's name with life insurance, right? So that was unplanned. That just happened, and we're like, oh my goodness, right? Agents are like, I didn't know that I'm on this site, agent verified, because they're, showed to be pending verification. And that changed the game big time for us, as far as like, wow, right? We're indexing on chat. Agents are being found. The reviews are making them higher and higher on Google. The photos of your family. I remember when I'm in the home, when I show you a picture of my family, you pretty much know you're buying a policy. Well, guess what? It's hard to do that on social, on digitally. It's hard to do that, right? So now I can do that by putting it on my agent verified page and say, hey, take a look at my family. I'm just like you. I want to protect them with the same thing that we're talking about here. So where is it going from here? Putting it into the automations, identifying, what we're seeing some agents do is sending it as soon as the appointment is booked, putting in that follow-up automation. So say, hey, this is I'm the advisor that's going to reach out to you tomorrow. I tend to do it when I get them on the phone. I like to still give the element of surprise, but once we created it, all rules are out the window. Agents are doing their own thing, doing it their own way. I'm seeing glamour shots. I'm seeing AI photos. I'm seeing all types of stuff out there. But the cool thing is that they're using it, and it's, man, you have people with 40 reviews out there, and they're like jumping up to the top in their state because of the reviews. And how would you like to be found as the top in your state? Like, wow. And it's no extra paid for that. You're just doing that. Your reputation is superseding you. So it's just awesome to see how it's picking up wings and growing.
And there's a few things from what you just mentioned. One, the shift in search, right? Like over time is becoming entirely AI based on that search, and then even what it knows specifically about you, probably for customized results. But that's where, like, the old days of, like, I create a site, I put a bunch of keywords, blog articles, and people come visit my site and get traffic that way. They're getting their answers straight from search, and the AI answers pulled together. So if that AI is pulling you results, your verification, trustworthiness levels of giving that answer, that's powerful, right? So I love that's already getting pulled up as we see shifts and change in SEO and search there. The marketer in me also, basically what you just mentioned, is mind is going crazy on all the ways you could integrate this into the process. Like if I'm running my own Facebook ads as an agent, then after the ad that they see me in this ad where it comes off to a landing page and it's got all of my agent verified and everything that I'm taking them to, they can see all this history about me as they're booking the call and leading up to the appointment. Awesome. Like they're already coming into that appointment already having a level of trust. We're off my organic social. It's like, cool, I found you on social, but there's a lot of people on social, and here's all this social proof, everything you have there. That's fantastic. And even just warming up an existing audience, maybe not looking for insurance yet, but if I have a bit of that incorporated into my organic social, I'm just building up trust with this audience that sees me often with that added in to, yeah, it's time to reach out and do some business with you, JaVaughn, from here. So that's fantastic. I'm already seeing the usages of this. And side note, you might not believe this or not, but my mother-in-law, who actually works full-time for the last 5 years in our business, even lives the L&I and all kinds of stuff. Her ChatGPT's name is Chad too. So
Oh.
you both had a great name for your ChatGPT, right? So I was like, wait, yours is Chad, hers is Chad too. So it was like, Chad just told me this, and Chad's up to this right now. And I was like, it's hilarious. So, all right.
That's awesome.
So tell me a little bit, what's up for you next personally? Like, any other problems you're looking to solve, like, whether in agent verified and and next things there, or just in life and agency in general? Like what's up for JaVaughn personally? What's next?
Man, Dave, I'm on a mission. We're growing, man. We are growing. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and I couldn't comfortably recruit like I wanted to last year. Because I had all these were all in our head, and we were putting together, level up, and we were putting together all the agent verified, and now that these are done and running smooth, and it's like, okay, now let's look and see. And we're like, I know we have the best tools, honestly, because some of them I built, but now we know we have the best tools, the best platform. And now we're watching right now. We have over 300 agents getting leads from us every week. And I'm like, you know what? I want 3 agents from my agency to get leads from us every week. If I'm already helping them on the lead side, let me just now help them in the agency. So now it's just really, really massive growing. As I'm on the podcast now, I'm literally watching 15 people get, coming into job ads and post, and it's like exciting, and then it's fun because they don't know who I am and they don't know what we built until maybe a week or two in. We don't really lead with that conversation. And then they're like, oh, that's you. And it's funny to watch, but really just excited that the new agent energy, I have yet to find it anything close to the high of watching that new agent who kind of is scared, don't have the confidence yet, and they come into a system and they start to help families and they catch that vision. It's like the entrepreneur in me is like, that building these cool tools are fun, but man, when you go back to that bolt of energy that new agent brings to your organization, and that excitement and just that relief, is addictive. So I'm going back to that, Dave. We have the best team. We have the best team on the level up lead side and the agent verified side. But now I'm going back to building out this thing that I started out with, and never left. But man, it definitely hasn't had my full attention while we were building out these tools. But now it's getting my full attention, and just excited about the agents and the leaders that we're developing now.
Time to scale it to the moon, right? So
Oh, it's full throttle.
I love it, and we look forward to doing some more deeper dives with you, having it back on the podcast, talking about a lot
Awesome.
more, of course. But I'll leave it with a kind of an open question. I'd love to hear your take. Like, you've seen the old way, and you're building the new way, and actively involved in what you see as the new way there. What does the modern insurance agent look like to you?
Transparent. The modern insurance agent is transparent. Um, it's the prime example of when an agent asks me, should I put my insurance business on my personal Facebook page? Ladies and gentlemen, your Facebook page, your business is personal. You chose a personal business. There should be only one, right? And I think the modern insurance agent recognizes that you are your business, you represent yourself as your business, and you have people's legacies in your hands, right? The way they view insurance is part on you, right? It's part if they believe it, if you make it attractive, if they believe it, if you are a person of character. A modern insurance agent is all those things in one, and we represent it to help the future generations. So that's how I see it: transparent. Having fun, not stuffy. Being yourself. You're gonna attract who you are, and just be a good person. Authentically yourself, but very transparent.
I love that. That's transparency, authenticity, 100% in agreement. Preach. So, with that, where can people follow you, plug in to what you're doing, connect, whether agent verified or you personally?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, you can find me on Agent Verified. Hopefully somebody put me on the front page somewhere. But yeah, hopefully. But on Facebook, I'm probably maxed out on friends, but you can follow JaVaughn Spencer, the verified one. I'm verified on Facebook too. Wow, yeah. And Instagram is Spencer _ verified. there. TikTok is there too. All of this is on my Agent Verified page. And if you need any sign up for Agent Verified, go to agentverified.com. And I have a team that would break down. We have so many other additions that's included in our packages. That's awesome with the AI tools and, being found in multiple states. It's just exciting. So, and we have a podcast as well. So excited to invite you guys to that. That's going to be super, super fun, Dave.
I look forward to it. It'll be a good time for sure. And so, reminder everybody to get the show notes, everything put together, find the links that JaVaughn just mentioned to get in touch with him, everything there. Just go to jumpstartnow.com/podcast with the links to Agent Verified to get connected to JaVaughn, everything that we talked about today, and check that out. So, JaVaughn, thank you once again so much for joining us and chatting. We look forward to having you back. And thanks once again, everybody, for joining us on the Modern Insurance Agent Podcast. We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.